What's good, world? How y'all doing, man? This is your boy Joe from Real Day Nation, and I have two hosts with me. Introduce yourselves, man.
We got Drell B, Real Day Nation.
You know
Yes,
me? This is
sir.
the homie J Pro, country boy from Shaolin.
Cool, and y'all know
Yeah,
Shaolin, big Shaolin energy.
Yes,
Well,
indeed.
y'all, on Real Day, we definitely have field days. You know what I'm saying? We like to talk about real topics everywhere for everybody. So now we're gonna kind of get into our like where we came from and a little bit about ourselves. Like I said, on all platforms, it's your boy Joe. I'm from New Orleans. I've lived in several places in the city of New Orleans. I left I left New Orleans for the military about 2 weeks before Katrina happened. It was just crazy. I kind of woke up, I'm a spiritual dude, so I had kind of a spiritual encounter and kind of just felt like it was time for me to roll and get out my mama house. You know, I had to make sure had to make sure I was surviving out here as a man, and the military provided that for me. So I've been all over the world, traveled the world with the military and just seeing different things and how different people live. I'm a heavy spiritual dude. Like I said, I love God. I love my family. I've been married 17 years. I have two kids, and I like to talk about anything real, anything 100%, man.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
so I'll go next. My name is Jesse Wallace Jr. Nah, for real.
Very white.
I go by J Pro too. I'm a New Orleans hybrid. I grew up in New Orleans. I grew up in the River Parish. Grew up in Baton Rouge, Metairie, Kenner, you name it. I live there. West Bank is where I reside now. I have one son. Um, I'm a filmmaker, actor, producer, all that good stuff.
Indeed. It's on me now. All right, let's get to it.
Yes, sir.
Drell B. Full name Andrell. Unique, but Drell B. I go by Drell B. That's my entertainment name, you can say. Now, you can say I'm a hybrid too, but I'm a hybrid from like everywhere. You can say New Orleans. I spent a good amount of time in Ama, Louisiana. Shout out Ama. But from every project, I pretty much stayed in every project, man. I'm talking about the St. Thomas, the Magnolia, the Melpomene. I stayed in New Orleans East. I stayed in off, not even. I think we spent a little bit of time on off Willow Street. Wasn't really the project, but it's pretty much right there, Willow Street. I don't know if you remember that White House out there. There was a White House in the middle, but it's like not a house, but an apartment type thing off Willow Street. Stayed in there for a little bit. So I've been everywhere. I've been to so many different schools. I can't even claim one. I'm talking from elementary to middle to high school. I can't say like, oh, this is my high school because I've been to so many, right? So that's it. That's me. Now, what I really want to let y'all know about is the origin, and it's the origin of Nation and the origin of Real Day and how it merged into what we have now. It's called Real Day Nation. All right, so let's get to it.
So, long time ago in 2003, when we were little lads in the mean streets of the country. Now, me and Drell met. Drell got locked out of his house one day, and one of my partners, Mikey, had brought him over to the crib, and he never left.
For
We've
sure.
just been close ever since. So that's like '03, and it's about, but it's 25 now, so it's about 22 years. Um, we all was on the football team. We all was clicking together, and before all the fellas came, I was just by myself. I didn't really hung with nobody like freshman and sophomore year of high school. I didn't really hang with nobody. I was just to myself, and then I got lonely. One of my best friends I grew up with died, and I was lonely, and I was like, man, I need a crew, and around that time, I was real into wrestling, so I was into the Nation of Domination, like with The Rock and all them, and I was like, it's on, man. So we started recruiting, and we got some bad brothers. got together and everybody thought we was a gang.
I'm gonna
We was
back up
just
a
a bunch
little
of
bit.
Negroes. What's up?
I'm gonna back up a little bit because before the nation, it was only three of us. It was myself, Jay, and Royal, and we called
Oh yeah, true
ourselves
that.
Three
Shout
Deep.
out to Roy.
Remember that? We was Three Deep. We was Three Deep before the group with the Baton Rouge group, the Boosie group, the 3D group. We was 3D way before them. You know what I'm saying? So before Nation, it was 3D, and
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
3 deep, bro.
That's
So
true. And
I
we was
think,
trying to
and
rap.
I think I was the first. Yeah, rap.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the first original member.
Rap.
To be honest, which remember I did that Kanye introduction when I
Yep.
said I'm the newest member of the Nation record team. Yeah, yeah,
Definitely,
Watch
definitely.
out.
for
I ain't
sure.
Yeah, it
know.
was
Okay.
me. Yeah,
Oh
man, it was me,
man.
Drill, and Royal, and we was
Mm-hmm.
trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
we used to write our raps together. Me and Drill wrote our raps together when we was young. Like sat next to each other and read each other raps,
Mm-hmm.
and like try to help each
I,
other
re- I
out.
remember I remember the first one I wrote, but I'm not gonna quote it here. You know,
Boy.
it's only for this circle. It was the lemon head one. I know you remember. Don't say it though. No,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Drill get
I
nervous.
wish I could find those
it's
days again, man.
cringe.
But
Yeah.
like we was really like serious about it, and then we met McKenzie Brothers and Naughty and all of them, and we
Mm-hmm.
started rolling with them. And
Mm-hmm.
McKenzie Brothers was in the music too, so they started rap. They was
Mm-hmm.
rapping, and Jerome, MC Kenzie, he had showed me how to like structure my bars and stuff like that. So after that, I started getting into it. Rail was getting into it, and then we started going to the studio and like a real studio and was rapping and even though it wasn't that good, you know what I'm saying, it still was
Yeah.
hot.
We were definitely
And
getting
then
better.
we started passing our stuff around, and then my cousin Gavin and his best friend Leo had a record label early 2000s called Humpra Entertainment, and granted they was I always looked up to them, so I always felt like me and Drell was Gavin and Leo, and so he let us roll with them, learn some stuff. We went to the studio, recorded a couple of things, passing them joints around school. So we had a little
Man,
celebrity
look
status,
out,
you know what I'm
boy.
saying? And we ain't never performed or no
Something
shit.
like
Come on, man. I'm in the
something.
Right,
presence of
something like, we was great. We had
Uh,
about 3 songs on the CD, passing it around. Everybody was looking at us like stars.
hmm
And that was hot.
And then Katrina. Katrina kind of messed up all the plans, man.
boy.
All the plans. We had big plans to go to the same college and everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope, man.
But
Right.
everything
So I
worked
left for
out.
Southern first. I went to Southern in '05. Katrina was my freshman year of college. And when I left, they was supposed to follow suit, after, but I ain't shit.
hmm
Red disappeared and trying to figure out where he was at. Like I was in a whole new city. And it was devastating. You know what I'm saying? But somehow
For
we
sure.
still tried to like keep in touch. And so like around '07, like me and Drell was doing music over the computer. Like when I
Yeah.
record my
Yeah.
verse and send it to him, and I started getting
Vice
real
versa.
into like chopping up stuff, like in engineering and producing. That's when I started getting into that, like because I started like taking like songs he did off of other people beat, and I'll chop them up, and I'll rap off that same beat and paste them together like we did it together. And I have
hmm
like, when we first started, like we probably was like, I think I was like probably 19, he was 18, when we was doing that, and we just was stretching it, and then like we got older and we just started doing more music together. And we didn't have times when we went to the professional studio and did
Right.
music. We've been doing music for
Yes.
20
I seen a little
years.
photo of Drill in that studio. Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Like, we like really like, Mobb Deep,
Yeah.
Dog Pound, all them Outkast. Like, we really like a duo. Like, we really been doing it together. Like, I never not did it with him, you know. And I put out like probably like 8 mixtapes, and he probably on all of them. He on
Right.
all of them. I
For
mean, he's on
sure.
every
For
project out
sure.
That's dope,
there.
man.
That's a
Literally,
fact.
like he's literally on every
Dang.
project out there. But then, we said when we got 30, we was gonna quit if we didn't make it. And we got 30 and we was like, I ain't doing this shit no
Man.
more.
For sure. Now we
But
could
just
do
so
like
happened, huh?
yeah. I was
Now,
saying now we could do like sound tracks like for your
right.
shows and things like that. We can still do
You know,
those.
like,
But
we still like
that's,
doing music, but then, it just wasn't fun no more trying to pursue it like as
yeah,
a 30-year-old. Like you said, you lived off Willow. I had performed at the Willow, like, like years back, and I was like wishing you was here. I think if he was down here, like, we probably would have made more moves. But,
for
kind
sure.
of me doing it like by myself in this area was kind of hard. And, I just so happened, I went to school for theater, film, stuff like that. So I just said, well, I'm just going to transition into, doing film and stuff like that. I always did both. And then, some people would be like, well, you should do film and leave the music behind. And some people would say the vice versa. So I just was like, I'm done with rapping. I can't do it anymore. You know what made me quit rapping? Drake. I swear to God,
I ain't saying his name, bro. I don't want to get sued.
like at the time, like that was my biggest like competition. I felt like because I felt like me and him was making the same type of music around that time, and I always been an emotional nigga. You know what I'm saying? And, like I made emotional music. Me and Drell and Taylor Swift, I always say was probably the best breakup
Not the Swifties.
musicians ever. Because we put our heart and soul in that. We lover boys, you know what I'm saying? So when it don't work out, I put it in my music. You know what I'm saying? I got so many songs about women that I've dated. I didn't put out albums about heartbreak and stuff like that. Then here come Drake.
Facts.
And he doing the same shit but doing it better. I swear we had like some of the same songs. We had like the same titles and shit like that. I was like, man, I cannot win against this dude. And I was with my baby mama at the time, and she was just like, oh, it's going to be okay. But she was a big fan of him, so it ain't making no better. She always singing this song.
All through the household.
Like, yeah, you bringing the enemy to the household, singing this nigga. And he don't even know me, and I hate him like we've been knowing each other since we was 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just gave up, dog, to be honest with you. But, like, I tried to pick it back up, like, around 18, and I start rolling with another posse, and, and I was just with them, and it just didn't feel the same because it wasn't my posse. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just was like, like trying to build that Wu-Tang camaraderie again with a whole bunch of new niggas. It's hard.
Yeah.
So
we went through kind of the same things.
Yeah,
we went through kind of the same thing, especially when I was in Georgia. Yeah. When I was in Georgia, man. Yeah. Yeah.
You was in a group too. Like, we both tried to rap with other people. We just couldn't do it, bro. It was just like, man, it's not the same, But, I built I was like I guess you could say like a Master P locally, like, that was when like Dat Piff and all that was in, and like, they still got Dat Piff, but like, that was in there. You could upload your mixtape online and all that. Like, that was our era. Like, we was killing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, we may not got as many views as we wanted to, but I think we was making moves. Like we was pushing them out like Master P. Like,
a lot of people don't remember SoundClick. I'm not talking SoundCloud. SoundClick.
Oh yeah, SoundClick.
Yeah. Trying to find beats on SoundClick.